Hey football fans, welcome back to the channel, where the offseason is just as exciting as Sunday Night Football. And today, we're diving deep into the NFL free agency class of 2025, and let me tell you, it's stacked. American football, we're talking Pro Bowlers, game changers, locker room leaders, and yes, a few controversial names that'll spark some serious debates. So grab your snacks, sit tight, and let's break down the biggest names hitting the open market, plus some dark horses who might just shock the league. And hey, if your team needs a franchise QB or a shutdown corner, this is the year to watch closely. Also, drop your dream free agent signing in the comments. I want to see which GM lives in your head rent-free. Quarterbacks, the million-dollar arms. Let's start at the top, the quarterbacks. Because let's be real, no position defines a franchise more than the guy under center. Direct hit Dak Prescott. Yep, he's back on the market. Now entering his 30s, Dak's in a weird limbo. Is he elite? Is he mid-tier? Cowboy fans argue both in the same sentence. But here's the catch. Dak led the league in touchdown passes just last season. And despite critics, he's consistently kept Dallas in playoff contention. Say what you want, but that's not easy under Jerry Jones' microscope. Foul balloon speculation time. Could we see Dak in Washington? Or even Pittsburgh, who's always a QB away? Open book anecdote. Fun fact, when Dak was a fourth-round pick, he wasn't even supposed to start. But remember that preseason injury to Tony Romo in 2016? Boom, a career launched. Butterfly effect, anyone? Police car like Kirk Cousins, again. The man is like a Netflix show that just keeps getting renewed. Solid stats, great locker room guy, but the playoff performances? Meh. Still, some team will pay him. Likely a fringe playoff contender with a good O-line. Maybe the Raiders? Maybe the Bucks? Fire commentary. Is Cousins the most overpaid but dependable QB in NFL history? Let's debate. Running backs, the forgotten heroes. Now to the most undervalued position in football, the running backs. And 2025 has some bangers. Rockets Saquon Barkley, again a free agent, again carrying the hopes of a fan base on his back, literally. Injuries have slowed him down, but when he's healthy, top 3 in the league, no question. Open book backstory. Did you know Saquon benched 225 pounds, 29 times at the combine? That's more than most linebackers. Light bulb speculation. Saquon to the Chargers if Ekeler moves on? Or a reunion with Brian Dable if he lands a job elsewhere? Collision Josh Jacobs, former rushing champ. Hard-nosed, a beast between the tackles. But after a rocky 2024, his value's in question. What's more important? A flashy RB like Saquon or a dependable grinder like Jacobs? Sound off below. Wide receivers, game changers. Let's spice things up because wide receivers in this class are a mix of youth, speed, and some drama. Fire Higgins. If Cincinnati doesn't re-sign him, he instantly becomes WR1 on almost any other team. 6 feet 4 inches, 215 pounds, hands like glue. He's the kind of guy who makes a mid-level QB look elite. Open book anecdote. T's high school highlight tape went viral. A former basketball star too. No wonder he wins all those 50-50 balls. Foul balloon what if T signs with Carolina to mentor Bryce Young? A move like that could define both careers. Studio microphone, Michael Pittman Jr., reliable. Big target. Great, incontested catches. Not flashy, but every team wants one. Fire fun fact. Pittman played through a separated shoulder in college and still scored. And hey, don't sleep on Mike Evans if Tampa doesn't keep him. Future Hall of Famer, still posting 1,000 plus yards per season. Machine. Wide receivers, game changers. Let's spice things up because wide receivers in this class are a mix of youth, speed, and some drama. Fire Higgins. If Cincinnati doesn't re-sign him, he instantly becomes WR1 on almost any other team. 6 feet 4 inches, 215 pounds, hands like glue. He's the kind of guy who makes a mid-level QB look elite. Open book anecdote. T's high school highlight tape went viral. A former basketball star too. No wonder he wins all those 50-50 balls. Foul balloon what if T signs with Carolina to mentor Bryce Young. A move like that could define both careers. Studio microphone, Michael Pittman Jr., reliable. Big target. Great, incontested catches. Not flashy, but every team wants one. Fire fun fact. Pittman played through a separated shoulder in college and still scored. And hey, don't sleep on Mike Evans if Tampa doesn't keep him. Future Hall of Famer, still posting 1,000 plus yards per season. Machine. Shield defensive stars, silent assassins. Offense gets the headlines, but defense wins championships. And this year's free agent defenders? Sheesh. Crown Chris Jones, the heart of the Chiefs' D-line. If KC doesn't lock him in, he's going to command top dollar. And rightfully so. Open book backstory. Once overlooked at Mississippi State, Jones had a viral moment at the Combine. Look it up if you dare. Faced with tears of joy, but he turned that into a monster career. Light bulb speculation. Imagine Chris Jones lining up next to Aaron Donald. Rams fans dream big. Police Scarlight Patrick Queen. This Ravens linebacker has speed, instincts, and that Baltimore grit. He's still young, still improving, and teams will pounce. Fire commentary. Are linebackers making a comeback in modern NFL schemes? The way Queen plays, maybe. Brain, if you had to build a defense around one player in this class, who are you picking? Offensive line, the unsung heroes. No one buys their jerseys, but without them, your team's QB is toast. High-voltage Tyron Smith, veteran. Hall of Fame trajectory. Injuries have slowed him down, but when he plays, wall of steel. Brick Connor Williams. Young, athletic, versatile. Could play center or guard. Underrated gem. Open book trivia. Offensive linemen eat over 7,000 calories a day in season. That's 2 Chick-fil-A trays, 3 protein shakes, and a dream. Thought balloon thought. Should teams prioritize young OL over skill players? Given the injuries we're seeing, maybe yes. Briefcase. The Dark Horses and Reclamation Projects 26:30. 28:30. Let's talk wild cards. Game Day Baker Mayfield. Comeback season in 2024. Can he finally find a home? Or is he destined for backup life? Game Day Chase Young. Injuries, inconsistency, but potential through the roof. If he stays healthy, he's a pro bowler again. Game Day Odell Beckham Jr. One more run? Or one more TikTok? And there you have it. The biggest, boldest, and most talked about free agents of 2025. But now it's your turn. Who do you want your team to sign? Who's a bargain steal? Who's going to be the next Albert Hainsworth? Remember that disaster contract. Eyes. Fire drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, sub, and hit that bell. The offseason drama is just beginning. Until next time, stay locked in. And remember, in the NFL, fortunes can flip with just one signature on a contract. Peace.